What it do, YouTube? It's your boy OfficialDMC, and we about to react to, is Drake hip hop? Is Drake hip hop? Yeah. I mean, he's a rapper. I don't understand why they would ask if he's hip hop or if he's pop. Yes, he makes two different versions of music, but he's officially a rapper. I mean, he has bars. He's one of the best rappers, if that. He rap better than a lot of rappers that are hip hop. So, I mean, let's see their take on it, because I don't know.
Also had a great time with this Most Def moment. Most Def and Drake. Do we have that audio ready, Shawnee Culture?
We do.
Rosenberg. Now, Rosenberg. I was surprised at you, Rosenberg. Surprised.
Really? Why is that?
Well, we'll tell the people in a second.
Okay.
Play the audio, Shawnee. Part one.
Like, is Drake hip hop?
Why are you doing this to me?
Drake is pop.
Why you said it like that? Why are you doing this to me? What the fuck?
Like, is Drake hip hop?
Why are you doing this to me?
Drake is pop to me.
Why you said it
In the
like
sense, like, if I was in Target in Houston and I heard a Drake song, it feels like a lot of his music is compatible with shopping.
Commercial.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, he has commercial success.
Compatible with shopping.
Commercial music.
Shopping with an edge in certain instances. It's likable.
Likable music, yeah.
It's likable. So many products.
So that's part one, and the reason I say it's part one is because that's what most of people was throwing around, and there's more to what he was saying there, which that's from the Cutting Room. Is it the Cutting Room podcast?
Cutting Room Floor.
Cutting Room Floor podcast. So I want to make sure they get their credit. And then Most goes on to say this.
What happens when this thing collapses? What happens when the columns start buckling? Are we not in some early stage of that at this present hour? Are we seeing like the collapse of the empire? Buying and selling, where's the message that I can use? What's in it for your audience apart from like banging the pom-poms?
And I think...
See, and it really depends. I see a lot of people saying that, oh, hip-hop is dying and stuff like that. I just think that it's evolving into a different type of version of itself. You know, like, you know how rock has multiple different versions of rock? They have softcore rock, hardcore rock. They have, they have all types of different versions. So I think it's turning into that, where there's different versions of the genre.
Most has a very valid point. There's a big discussion I've been hearing in the music industry and the entertainment industry about the demise of the demand for hip hop, and also the demise of not just the consumption and demand, but also just the quality of the product that is coming out. But I didn't have a problem with what Most Def said. Did you, Laura?
No, I mean, it didn't surprise me. You know, coming from someone like Most, who's like a purist, it didn't surprise me.
But Rosenberg, your take was even more interesting. You found yourself feeling bad for Drake.
I did. I did feel bad for Drake. Listen, I love that Most is going to be Most. And, you know, I love when people fight for hip-hop in the purest sense, right? Especially when it's someone other than me. Because, to be honest, nobody seems to want it to be me. So Most is much more valid to be having these conversations. But I felt a little bad. Like, Drake has gotten into it with a lot of people. And I'm sure at the end of the day, Drake has fun arguing with Joe Budden. But do I think Drake is really upset? I know everyone likes to believe that he's very upset by what Joe Budden says. I think he gets very motivated by what Joe Budden says and likes to battle with him and like talk trash. But I think ultimately Drake doesn't care that much because, you know, all due respect to Joe, but at this point Joe's a podcaster. Like that's right. Really what Joe is. And he's an opinion guy. So I don't think Drake really cares. But when Drake woke up on
No, Drake is actually really mad about that. I mean, based on how he reacted to it, because at the end of the day, all we can do is control how we react to situations. Usually Drake don't clap back so quick. Usually he give it days to die down, and then he be like, all right, da 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 da, whatever. Drake clapped back automatically with a tweet talking crazy like, yo, this is what you are. You are a lame. You're a hater. You wish you were me. Blah, 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 blah. Drake was mad about that. He was mad about that. And it was funny what he said about people that listen to Joe Budden or, people that wear the, I don't know how to pronounce that word, ENYCE jeans. That was hilarious because that's actually very accurate.
An opinion guy. So I don't think Drake really cares. But when Drake woke up on Saturday or whatever day that was and saw that out of the clear blue, one of the most loved and respected hip-hop pure icons of all time was kind of laughing on camera about how his music is mall music, I just said I felt bad. Like, it certainly wouldn't make you feel good. That's all. That's all. It wouldn't make you feel.
It's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Drake do kind of, but see, that's his genre, and that's his. See, when it comes to rap, there's different types of rappers. Like you hear Playboy Cardi, he's not a mom. He's a rock star, edgy kind of. You feel me? Lil Uzi, same thing. Future is he has a different audience. Drake has a different audience. Kendrick is straight, conscious. Those are different types of artists. You're not going to play Kendrick in the mall. You may play some of it, but you're not going to really play Kendrick in the mall because he has a different genre of music. Drake is a commercial rapper. That's why people consider him to be pop and all of this other stuff. Because he's commercial. He has very high commercial success.
Feel good. That's all. That's all.
I feel like Drake has set out to be what he is, which is Drake is hip hop for sure, but he's also on purpose tried to be pop, and he definitely has tried to have many skews. You know what I'm saying? He wanted R&B songs. He wanted songs that sound like they from the UK. He wants songs that's house songs. He wanted songs that, you know what I mean? He wanted all those skews.
I agree with you, but I still don't fundamentally, listen, it may be most of you talk to him longer would give you more details, but she asked a question, is Drake hip hop? And his response was, Drake is pop. I don't agree with that assessment. Like we just had this whole conversation, but fighting with people about the difference between pop and other things. Drake isn't pop.
Yeah, you can't consider Drake to be pop if he's actually rapping. That's hip hop. Rapping is a form of hip hop. You can't say that's pop. Michael Jackson wasn't rapping. You know what I'm saying? He was rhyming. He had rhymes, but he was singing. He was the king of pop. Now Drake makes a lot of pop music, or he makes pop music, and he makes R&B and stuff like that. That's why people misconstrue what his actual genre is. But he's a rapper first. He's a rapper that can sing. He's just versatile.
Drake's not Pitbull. Drake's not Flow Rider. Drake's not, but
he's not Starships.
He's not. He hasn't done it.
He's not Backstreet Boys.
He's not Backstreet Boys. He hasn't done none of that.
He makes popular, very popular music, but I think all of it is either rap, R&B, Caribbean, dancehallish vibes, Afrobeat. All of it is something else. It's not straight pop music.
But the crazy part is that Drake makes a lot of rap records. People just don't know him. People just know the pop Drake records, so that he gets put in that box of being an all-around pop artist.
Right, but I'm going to go back to what I just said, though. He wants to be on in Target. He wants to have a lot of skews. He wants to be accessible. He wants to be as popular as Michael Jackson on the charts. He said it multiple times.
But it's still hip hop.
I think that makes him.
But it's still hip hop.
Exactly.
But it's also pop. Yes, it's both.
It's popular. It's popular hip hop. But the question was, we keep changing the question. She said, "Is it hip hop?" Most laughed and said, "It's pop." Right. I'm not mad at Most for having that opinion. As Laura said, it's the opinion Most is supposed to have. I'm just saying, I personally
you can't ask somebody like Mos Def because Mos Def isn't a commercial rapper. Most people don't even know Mos Def's music unless they're into that conscious type of music and lyricism. Most people don't know who that is because he's not a commercial successful rapper. So you can't really ask him. He's going to say, "Oh yeah, that's pop. That's not rap," because at the end of the day, that's not his style. That's not the style that he like, and that's not his perspective on what hip hop is.
Purist that I am as well, I disagree. I think he makes super popular hip hop. You may not like the content. You could have a separate conversation of, I don't think Drake says anything important, something Ebro has said many times, and Drake hates him for it. But you could have that conversation. But I don't think that answer itself was true. Is it hip hop? It's pop.
Well, and furthermore,
hip-hop.
why are you bringing up me and Drake in this moment? Okay, I'm trying to. You see what I'm trying to do here?
Push it along.
I'm trying to use this moment to ingratiate myself, back to the OVO camp.
Damn it, I missed
Why
the
you
win.
picking our boy, man?
And you bringing up old-ish.
Sorry, that's my bad. No, Ebro's he's doing the right thing here. He's doing the right thing.
We gotta stop doing this, man. We gotta stop.
Do we?
Belittling.
Nah.
Yeah, doing as in general. What I'm saying is,
belittling who though?
Let me get it out. Let me
finish.
say what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
We gotta stop belittling or throwing away our people when they start to get success.
There you go.
This crabs in a barrel thing is whack.
It's not even crabs in a barrel. It's crabs.
Yeah.
It's crabs. It's the crabs throwing other crabs out the barrel.
Yeah, like, what's going on?
No, that's a fact though, because that's exactly what they're doing. Drake has never, he never really got praised by hip hop. People in hip hop always, oh, I don't like Drake. He's Canadian. He's not black. Oh, he's this. He's that. He's still a rapper, and he rap better than most of y'all. That's the thing. That it's like hate. They just hating on the kid because he's actually dope. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, his problem is he wants to be accepted. He wants that validation, and he's not getting it. But that's tough.
Crabs in a barrel thing is whack.
It's not even crabs in a barrel. It's crabs.
Yeah.
It's crabs. It's the crabs throwing other crabs out the barrel.
Yeah, like what's going on? Like this just makes it.
But by the way, that is first of all, the first rap record was a pop record.
Facts.
The first chart topping radio record was a pop record. Right. Curtis Blow made mainstream pop records, man. Like this is not. It's not unheard of. There's always been an underground element to hip hop, and there's always and I appreciate, once again, reiterate, I appreciate that we do this. It's part of the checks and balances system of a culture that's been successful for a long time. For us to have purists in the game amongst us that are like, oh hell nah.
Yeah,
right.
You
know what I'm saying? I like that for us.
No, that's all I was going to say. I was going to say we don't need to stop doing this. In fact, you could argue we need more people to be doing this. It's gotten kind of quiet. There used to be a time where when you went to pop, everyone was coming for you. Everyone was calling. Think about how Hammer caught it. Hammer caught it. And now you could look back and go, was Hammer even deserving of it? I don't know, but he caught it every day.
He caught it crazy.
KRS threw PM Dawn off the stage. Probably really not nice and unnecessary.
And PM Dawn didn't want no smoke. PM Dawn just wanted to make his love songs.
That's understandable, though.
How is that understandable?
PM Dawn made great radio pop records, man.
No, and by the way, PM Dawn never tried to also act like a cool rapper. So they really didn't deserve it when you think about it. But the point is, it's always been there. That element of the purist getting up there and saying, nah. That was what blew my mind last week when we were talking about the Kanye Backstreet Boys thing. I was like, yo, this sucks. You shouldn't sample Backstreet Boys. I thought other people would be like, yo, he's right. And instead everyone's like, nah, it's cool. Use anything. Kanye. It doesn't matter.
No, but that was the Kanye stance, though. That's the Kanye stance for sure. And Kanye still.
Kanye got a lot of stands. I ain't gonna lie. I'm low-key one of them. I ain't gonna lie. I'm low-key one of them. I'm not a stan though. I'm just I like Kanye. I feel like he makes amazing music. Yeah, he could be a little bit spaz sometimes, but his music is all time he's one of the all time greatest artists of our time. So yeah, I mean,
Matter?
No, but that was the
Yeah,
Kanye
it's
stance,
Tamarind.
though. That's the Kanye stance for sure.
Yeah.
And Kanye still has that equity with people. We'll take your calls, 800-223-9797. I do,
This is
Man.
not good.
What?
What, when we take the calls?
Yeah, it's not going to be good. The
No, it
problem-
is. I think
the
people
pile
get it,
coming.
man. I think people get that there's radio rap, man. There's always been radio rap. There's always been mainstream hip hop rap
Right.
that goes to the mainstream, that goes pop. And a lot of artists have done it. It's not, it's not like a crazy phenomenon. The Drake thing is just, the success is far beyond anything we've ever seen in hip hop, and the run is so long. And when most Def is asked, Yasin Bey is asked about Drake, his response, I think, is fine. Like, he does have a lot of skews. Drake got a lot of skews.
And he know it's a setup question if you ask him most Def.
Well,
He
that's
said,
what most was
"Why
like.
you
Why are
doing
you asking?
Yeah,
me
because
this?"
he can't say.
Why are you doing
he
this
can't
to
go.
me?
He can't go the other way. He has to go the way he went.
He
Most
has to.
Def have to go that
Let's go to Jim on the line. Jim wants to chime in on the Ebro Show with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg. Jim, what's going on? We're talking Drake, and most Def saying Drake is pop. Drake is edgy shopping music.
Commercial.
Peace. Well, I know this is a place where we can have a productive conversation about it, so I'm glad to be on.
Thank you.
It's good to see Most out and about, first of all, because he doesn't really do interviews, so here we are. But every hour on the hour, we got to be honest, Drake is on here saying, I'm one away from Michael.
That's
every
right.
hour on the hour on the radio, so I think that's his goal to be pop. On the the other side of that, to be honest, and it was said before, rap music has been pop for a long time at this particular point, pushing products and everything like that. But to have a broader conversation briefly, hip hop, as opposed to just the rap music portion of it, is supposed to be disruptive. And I think that's where Most was going, that Drake, there's nothing disruptive about Drake. There's nothing that's shaking up culture and challenging the system or anything like that. I think that was the direction that Most was going in. Drake is an amazing artist, but there is nothing disruptive about it. There's no war theme music to Drake.
I will say
But
this.
that's a
though.
much better explanation. That's a detailed and nuanced explanation.
And I appreciate that, Jim. I will
Thanks,
add
man.
in though, you could critique it on that from the hip hop angle, but I mean critique it from this with Drake, and I don't know if people give him credit for this, but the way he's brought music from all around the world into a central place and exposed people to sounds that maybe they wouldn't have been exposed to, whether that's Caribbean sounds or Afrobeat sounds or UK artists and this whole thing. I don't think Drake gets credit for that. You know what I'm
Drake doesn't get credit for everything that he's brought to hip hop, because Drake makes multiple different versions of music. Like they said, he can make a UK beat, UK drill, rap, drill rap, R&B, Afro beats, reggae. Like, he's a different type of, like that song he did with Bad Bunny. He's speaking in Spanish. It's hilarious because it's like this guy is like multicultural in so many different ways, but he still bodies everything in every genre. He's really just, he's a force to be reckoned with, for real though.
that maybe they wouldn't have been exposed to, whether that's Caribbean sounds or Afrobeat sounds or UK artists and this whole thing. I don't think Drake gets credit for that. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely something to the fact that Drake has helped people get exposed to music and artists that maybe they weren't paying attention to, because he is tapped into what in the culture, into black music culture in that way. You know what I'm saying? And I think Drake needs to be saluted for that. Let's go to Lexi on the line.
I'm running out of funding. 8-fig? What's this? Interesting.
Lexi, what you want to say about Yasin Bey talking about Mos Def? Talking about Drake.
First of all, what's up? I freaking love you guys. Every
you
morning
too.
I listen to you.
Thank you so much for the
Second of all,
support.
Of course. I just wanted to say that we forget it's an art form, and critiques are necessary in an art form.
I love that.
And the checks and balances have been happening. That's part of hip hop. I'm a street artist, so it's part of graffiti. It's part of hip hop. It's part of the culture. Is someone coming for you and you defending yourself, and that's what makes it art.
Yo, man, salute this
So, like,
lady right here, Lexi.
know
Man,
what
we
time
love
it
you,
is.
Lexi. You on
No, that's a fact. What she said is a fact. It's art at the end of the day. You can consider it to be hip hop, rap, rock, whatever, but it's still just art. It's still a different form of expression through music. So regardless if y'all consider him hip hop, pop, Afro, whatever, he's still just an artist who's making music that appeals to the masses. And he's doing
So
a damn good
it's
job.
part of graffiti.
That's a
It's part of
fact.
hip hop. It's part of the culture. Is someone coming for you and you defending yourself, and that's what makes it art.
Yo, man, salute this
So, like,
lady
he-
right here, Lexi.
know
Man,
what
we
time
love
it
you,
is.
There
Lexi.
you
You
go,
on time
Lexi.
right
Oh
now.
my God, I love you guys. I love
Now,
you
Lexi-
guys. I'd love to do a mural of you.
Listen, as long as it's approved, we don't want no fines and tickets and all that.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lexi.
Lexi.
It's a really good point, and I think that people listen. Drake is great. The problem is Drake takes up so much air, and there aren't a lot of people close to his level to give most and people like us who love that vibe that energy.
Well,
You got to wait every 5 years for Kendrick. You know, you got to wait for J. Cole. There's just
That's a fact. Since Drake came out, everything he drops, one is hitting top of the charts, and he don't take breaks. He continue to make music. I never said, "Yo, damn, I haven't heard Drake in a while." Kendrick is plenty of time. You have to wait long periods of time until he drop his next project. I remember in 2020 when the Black Lives Matter stuff was going through. I'm like, "Yo, when is Kendrick going to drop? This is the perfect opportunity for him to drop." But I understand why he didn't do it, because he wanted to stay out of all of that controversy and whatever. But with Drake, he continuously drops every year. A lot of people, they take their breaks, they let their albums breathe, and then they go into the next one. That's why people start, oh, he flopped, he this, he that with Drake, because he don't really let his albums breathe, and he don't give us a chance to miss him at all. He's dropping music every year, and sometimes he drop multiple projects a year. It's kind of like NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy he's obsessed with dropping music. He don't stop. You know what I'm saying? But like that, it's the same way with Drake. Like he continuously drop new music every year, and he doesn't take any breaks. It's crazy how hard he works, man. That work ethic is crazy.
Most and people like us who love that vibe, that energy.
Well,
You got to wait every 5 years for Kendrick. You know, you got to wait for J. Cole. There's just not a lot of balance. So as a result, we're kind of like, whereas there's room for Drake, but we just need other stuff.
But Drake's these last 6 records Drake put out on this deluxe, that Scary Hours Deluxe, is some of the best Drake I heard in a
Maybe
minute.
for the dogs.
For all the dogs, yeah, the Scary Hours, whatever it is.
Scary Hours was fire. That's what we wanted for all the dogs. But I guess he just was, like I said, he was trying to. He kept saying, "I'm one away from Michael." He was trying to make something that was going to pop off. You know what I'm saying? So he can beat Michael's record. And I think he did, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did when he dropped the album. But he let Scary out. Scary Hours was like, okay, now I'm gonna give you that hardcore, or not really hardcore. I'm gonna give you the real lyricism that I could too. I'm gonna show y'all that I can rap. Y'all keep talking about I'm pop, but here's my. Yeah, how y'all gonna ask if he's hip hop? But then when he dropped Scary Hours, y'all say, yo, that's the Drake I was looking for. He's hip hop. He dropped hip hop.
Deluxe, that Scary Hours Deluxe, is some of the best Drake I heard in a
Maybe
minute.
for the dogs.
For all the dogs, yeah, the Scary Hours, whatever it is.
We love the Scary. I love it. I listen to it more than any Drake I've listened to in a long time.
Yo, the world's trying to come for Drake. Drake responded nicely, man.
He did I love the Scary Hours version, but even for someone like Mos, to the caller's point earlier, it's still not, quote, disruptive. It's not saying like, yo, let's talk about this election that's coming up.
Yeah, but that's
let's talk
never
about
been
this
Drake,
war
though.
that's coming
but
up.
why? But that's not even what Drake is, and that's also why Drake is so popular, because he isn't disruptive.
Right.
Keep in mind the individuals that you want to be disrupted don't see the highest heights like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not accessible to a large portion. Why you think everybody just wants athletes to play ball and us to not talk about politics? It's because a lot of times people don't even want that in their entertainment. Rosenberg gets on the Michael K show. They don't talk about politics. They just talk about the sports because people don't want that.
Yeah, well, that's probably what we should do. But yeah, no, I hear you. But I think that's what Mos is missing. I think that's what Mos is like. Where is that? Where are the disruptors? Why, I don't want this just mall music.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I think that Drake has amazing content in his music. It's just very specific, though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he doesn't jump into politics, and like, you know, his stuff is mostly on relationships.
Right.
And
Damn it,
when he's coming
he'll give you that IG, he'll give you that IG comment rap all day, baby.
Quick.
Right.
Yeah, and it's of the time.
Drake might be a guru, yo.
See, the thing is, this is for any business. It's the same thing when it comes to rap. There are different niches. Drake has his own niche that he sticks to. He sticks to the soft, oh, I love you, but I'm a player by nature, whatever. He sticks to that niche because that's what works for him. Kendrick sticks to his niche of being conscious. J. Cole sticks to his niche as well. Everybody has a niche in their music. That's like Lil Uzi making a conscious rap. You're gonna be like, whoa, what is this? Like, nobody's gonna look at, if Lil Uzi drop a rap talking about Black Lives Matter, they're gonna be like, whoa, that threw me off a little bit. Or talking about politics. That's not Lil Uzi. That's not how he rap. That's not his style. If he just switched his whole, like, he has an audience for what he does. Drake has his own audience for what he does. Kendrick has his own audience, and J. Cole has his own audience. It's all about the niche. Drake isn't going to make super conscious rap because that's not what his audience wants.
That IG comment rap all day, baby.
Quick.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's of the time.
Drake might be a guru, yo.
Well, and Drake, by the way, Drake responded. Drake has fired back, as they say.
Yeah, he did.
On his IG story, he posted a clip of of Method Man. And in the clip of Method Man, Meth says, hip-hop is a culture. It's a way of life. It's the way you dress. It's the way you talk. It's the way you walk. It's the breakdancing, rhymes, stage shows, DJ, mixing, scratching, wordplay. That's hip-hop. Drake posted that video, and under it left the caption, "What Umi say again? Let me shine my light, king. Don't change up now." Laughing emoji. Which, by the way, that's a great response. Kudos to Drake.
What did Umi say?
Yeah, because he kept it nice. He made it clear what he was saying, but he didn't try to disrespect a god. He just kind of was like,
well, and what he's saying is, what did Ubi say? Shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. And Drake is like, yo, man, I'm trying to shine my light. And I think that's also part of Drake's frustration is he always feels like, man, I'm trying to be me in a game that told me if I was me and I was authentic and my craftsmanship of rhymes was true and honest to myself, that I would be loved. And Drake has continued to be a true and honest person to himself. He's been himself the whole time, and people are mad at him being himself. He brings up music and rhymes over music that is phenomenal music, and that is really capturing a snapshot of black music around the world, and he brings that into his music, tells his story, and still gets hate, and ain't out here making Flow Rider records and Pitbull records and these super uber pop, unnecessarily pop records. He's not doing that. The pop world came to him.
Yeah, we can't act like he has good content in his raps. Like, come on.
Well, no, but it's not good content for someone who loves Mos. Like, if you're like, yo, I listen to Black on Both Sides every day. That album is my anthem. Mm-hmm. Drake's probably not the artist for you lyrically. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
But that's why I didn't agree with Mos's assessment that it's not hip hop. Come on, man. If we get into that conversation, there's a lot of good artists that we're going to take out of the hip hop category because they never talked about anything important. We could go chapter and verse right now of artists we love, and they weren't talking about things that were quote important. Yo, I listened to I was listening to Hell on Earth this weekend. Yo, it's literally one of my favorite rap albums. It's having Prodigy murdering people for 13 songs. They're not exactly changing the world. Okay, it's just really good artistically.
No, that's a fact. I feel like everything they said was valid. Drake is hip hop. He's just being himself, and he's doing what works for his niche and his audience. So I don't think that because he makes popular music or he makes Afro beats and whatever, I don't think that takes him out of the genre of hip hop. I think he's just hip hop regardless. But let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.